Welcome to 15-Minute Theatre, the only review show that squeezes a whole production into 900 seconds. The date is the 24th of April 2019, and we have just been to see The Mousetrap. Open the hats. Good evening, Vicky.
That was very... Good evening, James.
How are you?
I'm perfectly well, thank you.
Well.
How are you?
Oh, I'm spiffing, thank you.
That is wonderful.
So we've just been to see a murder mystery.
Yes, we have.
A very long-running murder mystery.
It has been running. Well, apparently, the original opened in 1952. I can't remember when it transferred to the current theatre, but it's been there ever since.
Ever since. Many, many, many shows.
Oh my goodness, so many.
Right, so I shall give you a few facts about it.
I wish you would.
It was written by the one and only Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie.
Directed by Ian Talbot. And I've got three notable actors here. Dan Burton played Giles Ralston. Lynette Edwards played Mrs. Boyle. And Hayley Flaherty played Molly Rose. I don't go around the whole surname down.
And then James got tired of writing and didn't bother writing anyone else down.
Well, it's at the St Martin's Theatre.
Yep.
And it's running forever, hopefully. It's the longest running show play ever. And it's 2 hours and 10 minutes with an interval.
Oh, thank goodness for the...
Goodness. And we enjoyed the interval, didn't we? We had a little drink.
Yeah, we had a lovely time.
Yeah. All right, so can you give us, without spoiling the plot, a synopsis?
So there is a youngish couple who have been married for about a year, who decide and she's inherited a big old house, and they decide to run a guest house, and they have a terrible snowstorm, and the guests turn up, and then they hear news on the wireless of a murder in London, I think, and then the police call and say that they want to come over and check some people out. So then they believe there's a murder amongst their midst, and who could it be?
Well, we can't say. We know though, don't we?
And will there be any more murders?
Oh, who knows? Well, we do, but we can't say.
Yes.
Okay, so what did you think?
I thought it was a real light-hearted romp.
Yeah, it's rip-roaring fun, I thought.
It was good fun, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not the most intelligent, deep play that I've ever seen.
No, and I also wouldn't say it has the best cast we've ever seen either. Some of them were really good.
There was quite a bit of hammy acting going on, wasn't there, really?
Yeah, and I think probably a lot of it was purposeful.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about the actors. I did think the guy who played Giles was just born for that part.
Yes.
His mannerisms and timing was just the right amount of over the top. And, you know, it was very enjoyable to watch, as was his wife, Molly. But for me, I think the favourite was Mrs. Boyle, who played like a kind of cantankerous, mature lady, let's say, who didn't suffer fools gladly. No,
she was good.
Are you even listening to me?
I'm just checking because I'm not. We didn't see this today, and I'm just trying to check the names of all the characters so I can remember who they all are.
Did you think any performances were weak?
Yes.
Me too.
Who did I think was weak? The Detective Sergeant Trotter, I didn't.
Yeah, it was
love.
It was very breathy acting, wasn't it? Very tired acting, Mrs. Boyle. It was a lot like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Also, I thought the young lad wasn't great.
No, he wasn't great either. Christopher Wren.
Oh yes. So no.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think about murder mysteries?
What do you think?
That they're not that hard to do. I think you just work backwards. So if I was going to write a murder mystery, which I have done many times,
yeah,
I just work out what happens at the end and then trace it backwards. Add a few red herrings and a few plot clues, and that's it.
Are you dissing Agatha Christie?
Well, it could have been any of them, couldn't it, really?
Because you know I love Poirot and Marple very, very much.
Do you think she's really, really, really clever at doing murder mysteries?
I think she just writes great stories, good characters.
I bet she wrote backwards.
Well, I don't know. We can't ask her because she's sadly passed.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. But what did you think of the plot?
Well, I didn't guess who it was, did I?
No, but I think, to be honest, it was a 1 in 8 chance. It could have been any of them.
Yeah.
And they could have justified it any way they wanted.
They managed to throw suspicion on every single one of the characters, didn't they?
Yes.
In some way.
A bit over the top in some, but we can't say why and who.
Yeah, some of
dangerous ground here.
Some of the reasons were a little bit weaker than others. Well, I mean, I want to say it's typical Agatha Christie, but I think sometimes her plots are a bit more complicated than that.
Yeah, but you know, it's run. So there must be a reason for that.
It's really good fun.
So what did you think of the set?
Oh, I really like this set. It's
obviously had modifications, but it looks exactly the same as when it opened. I think.
It's the living room of this old. It's a manor house, isn't it? It's the living room of the old house, and then with doors leading off and steps. And
to lots of places, and they seem to get round very quickly.
There's quite a big joke, isn't there, when they go and wander and then come round another, and they don't know how they got there so quickly.
Yeah, but I thought the set worked very well.
Yeah.
And the costumes, and also the music. I think that was all original as well.
There was one thing that annoyed me about the costumes. The older lady, Mrs. Boyle, her shoes looked a bit new. But other than that, I thought they were all perfect.
New shoes? Well, maybe she just got some new shoes.
Maybe.
Well, I don't think the costumes have to be as old as the running time.
No, I don't mean... I mean, they didn't look like they were of the time. But maybe they were, and I just don't know my history.
Maybe they were. Okay, what about lighting, special effects? There wasn't much, was there really?
There was some snow outside.
Oh, there was a bit when it all went dark. That was exciting.
They turned the lights off at one point.
Ooh, better in the dark.
Yeah.
That was about it, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so anything you didn't like?
Not particularly. I just, I didn't really have expectations for it, so it's fine.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did.
I have fun all the way through. It was a fun thing to watch.
Yeah.
And that, it's not always fun going to the theatre.
No, sometimes it's hard work.
It really is, especially when we have to go as many times as we do.
We don't have to go as many times.
We'd go more if people asked us to go and gave us free tickets.
Well, that would be wonderful,
That'd
wouldn't
be great if you're listening.
I'd go every night.
Every night? Well, not every night.
Maybe not Sundays, because nothing's on a Sunday.
Nothing's on a Sunday. Okay, what was your standout moment?
Oh, gosh. I'm not sure I have one. What was yours? Well,
I quite liked the bit, I think it was the following day, and Mrs. Boyle was sat by the fire, and, someone was reading a magazine, someone was just lounging, someone was listening to the radio. It was all very pre-TV.
Oh, and the younger lady put on, what was her name? Whatever, Miss Casewell. She put on some music that really annoyed Mrs. Boyle to make her leave.
She was a riot, wasn't she?
Wasn't she?
Yeah. Great. Well, there we go. That's it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Shall we have a break and then score this wonderful little mystery?
Oh, yeah. Let's have a little
It'll
break.
be a mystery what the scores are until we reveal it. Okay, so before we do the scores, let's have a little chat about audience antics. Well, we had a bit of a problem, didn't we?
Yeah, remind me.
So, we got ourselves there in plenty of time, as ever.
Yep.
Got a nice photograph by the number of performances. Do you remember that? Because they have a sign with the number of performances, and we got a picture with that, but you looked a bit rough, so we couldn't use it.
No, we can't use that.
But then we went and got our seats, and we're very settled.
Yep.
And then this couple came up and basically said we're sat in our seats, and we were like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
And yes, we were.
We were on the wrong level.
Yeah.
We thought we had lovely seats in the stores, but we didn't. We were upstairs.
Yeah, but actually the theatre's quite small, isn't it? And so we had really good seats where
Great
we were
seats.
Great seats. So that's about it, really.
Yeah, I'd say.
But it was a race against time before the show started. wasn't it? Because we had to like virtually run to our new seats.
Well, that was quite exciting, wasn't it?
Just in time.
It wasn't full, was it? But it was early on in the week, and people were busy.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Right, should we score it then?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, performances. Well, I'll kick us off with a rip-roaring 7.
Yeah, I'll probably go for a 7. I'd probably go a bit less, but I feel...
Well, go less then.
Well, no, to be nice, I'm going for a 7.
Just don't be
I'm
yourself.
going for 7. I'm going for 7.
Staging and technical.
Well, the set's good, but there's not much technical stuff, and the set's been there for a million years. So, 7.
Yeah, I've given it a 7. Narrative and plot. Again, it gets a 7 for me. It was fun. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going for 7 as well.
Originality.
It's not original at all,
no,
is it?
It gets a 5 for me.
I was going to go for a 5.
Oh, for goodness sake.
We really agree on this one, don't we?
Costumes. I like the costumes very much. I'm going to give it a 9.
I'll go for an 8.
Ooh. And was it worth it?
I'll go for an 8.
It gets a 9 from me. It's certainly worth it. All right, so while I add up these wonderful scores, would you be kind enough to tell the listener what we are going to see?
Yes,
next?
we are going to see 9 to 5, the musical, which I'm secretly hoping Dolly Parton's going to appear in, but I don't feel that's going to happen. It's had. I don't really like to read reviews of things before I go and see them because I feel like it makes me think something, and I like to go with an open mind. So I have heard it's had mixed reviews, so we shall see. We shall see. It'll have some good songs in it anyway, won't it? Scores are on the doors. Excuse me. Oh, using his fingers.
Using my fingers.
Anybody see my fingers?
All right, so it gets a 15-minute theatre rating of 3.58.
Where does that put that on the leaderboard?
Shall we have a look?
Yeah, go on then.
3.58 puts it just above Hadestown, but below Fiddler on the Roof.
Well, it was good fun.
It was good fun.
Yeah.
I think that's about right for it, really.
It's not the most original, but it is definitely worth seeing.
And it was nice. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It was nice not to see a musical for a change.
It's a nice, light, fun evening out.
Should we tell the people, should we tell the listener who did it?
No!
Do you think we get into trouble for the theatre?
You have to make a promise they come on at the end and tell you not to say, don't they?
Big secret.
Oh, could
I'm
you
doing a
imagine it?
gesture.
Oh, don't give it away.
Give it away. Oh, that's brilliant. And listen, there was a very traditional sounding theatre bell from 50 years ago.
I bet it sounds the same.
Exactly the same.
Sorry, no, I heard it. I know it sounds the same.
So I'm afraid once again, that's us done, Vicky. So I'll see you soon for the next show.
For sure.
So the curtain's down, the theatre's dark, and that was 50-minute theatre. Good night.
Good night.
If you're brave enough to have your theatre production reviewed, please contact us at 15minutetheatre@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter and please rate and review us on iTunes. Thanks for listening.